Destroying his melting their gold. See the fire, feel the fire, burning up everything. See them burning, burning. Only the birds have wings. No time to be deceived. We should know and unbelieve. To say the judgment would never be with water. No water can put out this fire. Fire, right, not the right. Cause you go that's where you go. Right, not the right. Go that's where you Other people got behind the beat, need to try to make the speed. But I can tell them that it's too late. And truly I own word. And fully own word. Right, not it right. Right, not it right. But that's ready again. See them burning, burning. The birds have wings. No time to be deceived. Should know and not believe. They say the judgment would never be with water. No water could put out this fire. Fire, 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 fire. Right, not the right. Go there, trading money. Right, not the right. Go there, trading money. Go there, trading money. All I know is see a one. I think he's the last man.
Hey, fellow Nigerians, it's that time again. This is Smart Madu Ajaja, the anchor of Nigeria Now on ONN and Nightingale Radio International, broadcasting live from Houston, Texas, United States of America. How are you all doing? Nigeria, how are you? Youth leaders, how are you? Everybody, how are you? North, south, east, west. How is everybody doing? Today is going to be a historic day. A lot happening here on our studio, here in Houston, Texas, United States. I see Prince Hassan is already here, and we are expecting more. Edward, where are you? Joy, where are you? And all those great, gorgeous youth leaders from Nigeria that are deciding to come together to rescue their nation. I'll be right back, man. Let us enjoy a little bit of Bob Marley while we wait. You know, we got a mission, and nobody can force on us the devil's illusion. Yeah, the stones that the builders refuse, they shall become the head cornerstone. And no matter what games they play, we've got something they can never take away. And you know what that is? Hear from Bob Marley. Something they can never take away. And that's the fire. He said it.
We should know not to leave. Never be with one. Go on again without this fire. This fire. Right, right.
Fellow Nigerians, our country is going through one of its worst moments in history. The state of Nigeria requires all of us, regardless of where we are on earth, to come out of our comfort zones, to battle for our soul. Our country is under siege on all fronts. Our country has been taken over by janjaweeds that pretend to be leaders. The question is, how much can we take? How much more can we take? Here is a country where a citizen went into the hallowed chamber of the Senate and carted away the mace, the symbol of authority of the National Assembly, and was not punished. What type of example is that? Here is a country where the government allegedly spent 600 billion feeding students at home, students who were on lockdown, and nobody is raising a finger. How on earth do we have a country that cannot cater to its use?
Why, as a northerner living in the south, facing mental torture, receiving abuses, insults, days after days, throwing shade of names like Aboki and Malam, while in essence, Aboki means a friend or a brother, and Malam means a teacher. I've always gotten myself rolling in tears, living like a prisoner, and always questioning whether this is my country or not, whether this is my Nigeria that I was born and raised into. And why, as a southerner living in the north, equally facing stereotypes and being called names like Agberu, Inyamuri, Arne, facing daily difficulties and hatred in my own country. I was born with dignity and deserve to be treated like a human, especially in my own country. I call on my southern brothers and sisters to do away with the stereotypes and accept me as one of their own. Equally, I call on my northern brothers and sisters to draw away all the negative impressions they have on the South and treat me like their own kin. Let us come together and ensure the labor of our heroes past are not in vain. Let us come together and serve our country with heart and might. One nation born in freedom, peace and unity. United we stand, divided we fall. This is Nigeria.
Program, and I see Hassan tuning in from where? Hassan, hello, can you hear me, Hassan? Hello.
Hello, I can hear you. Good evening.
How are you? Good evening. Yeah, where are you joining from?
Good evening.
Yes, Hassan, I'm hearing you. Can you hear me?
I'm from Abuja, Nigeria,
okay.
the capital
Abuja, Nigeria.
city of Nigeria.
All right, all right. So how is Abuja today? Hello, Hassan, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right.
I can hear you.
Yeah, we are waiting for your colleagues to join so that we can get this whole thing started.
I can hear you.
About 500,000 people tuned into the radio already, waiting for this whole thing. So we are waiting for your colleagues. I don't know why they are not here yet. It's 8:13 p.m. Nigerian time.
You guys fine. Thank you.
Okay.
And I the UK.
No, United States.
Abuja is fine.
Okay, yes, I get that. Thank God for that.
Yes, Abuja is fine. Nigeria is fine. Yes,
Yes, I'm hearing you. We are
yes.
waiting.
Okay. But, yes, yes, it's, yeah, it's 8:13 Nigeria time.
Yes, if you
I
just join in,
said
endeavor to share
it's eight
this message on
thirteen
Facebook.
Nigeria time.
Okay, okay, Hassan, I hear you. That's okay. And your voice is echoing. Do you have any device around you that is turned on to something? Can you please lower it?
Uh, Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
And thank you for for having me on the show tonight.
Thank you. Thank you too.
Yeah, I said thank you. I said thank you for having me on the show
Yeah,
tonight.
thank you. I am trying to get your colleagues to join. I don't know why they are not here yet. We are 17 minutes behind schedule. Yeah, it may be the power situation in Nigeria, the Achilles heel that we have been dealing with. Wow, wow,
I'm here.
yeah, wow, yeah. It looks like a lot of them are having connection problems or power issue. No electricity in Nigeria. Hello, Samuel. What's going on? No, because you did not follow the direction. I sent you guys a link. The same link I sent you yesterday. Click on it, and then you will be right here on the studio. I sent you the link. Oh my God. Okay, I'll send it now. Oh. Yes, listeners, I don't know what's going on with Nigeria, but we'll be right back. Let's hey Hassan, let me get your colleagues back here on board. I don't know what's going on. Always Nigeria, Nigeria. And fellow Nigerians, our country is going through one of its worst moments in history. The state of Nigeria requires all of us, regardless of where we are on earth, to come out of our comfort zones, to battle for our soul. Our country is under siege on all fronts. Our country has been taken over by janjaweeds that pretend to be leaders. The question is, how much can we take? How much more can we take? Here is a country where a citizen went into the hallowed chamber of the Senate and carted away the mace, the symbol of authority of the National Assembly, and was not punished.
Okay.
What type of example is that?
Closer to me.
Here is a country
Madu
where
Ajaja.
the government allegedly spent 600 billion feeding students at home, students who were on lockdown, and nobody is raising
I'm far
their
away from
finger.
the device.
How on earth do we have a country that cannot cater to its use? All right. Sister Joyce, you are here. Where are you? Disappeared again. Come on back. Come on back. I've sent the links to everybody now. I hope you get it this time. And jump back inside the studio so we can get this whole thing started. I know the network issue in Nigeria, the power issue in Nigeria could be a source of pain, just as it has become. Sad. And this is the more reason we must do something now, without further delay. Hey, Joy, you are back on studio. I see. It looks like you don't have power. Can you hear me? Where's your electricity?
I have power. You are not seeing my face, yeah.
Yes.
I'm going. The jet will be on now. Don't worry. I just entered now.
Okay.
I said let me speak in, but the gem will soon be on. Good
No problem.
evening.
Good evening.
Hi.
How are you? We are doing
You're
fine.
looking different today.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we change every time.
Yeah.
But
He's on the
yes,
line again with you.
your other colleagues, they are not here. Hassan was the only one who was in here, but his connection was so poor, I could barely hear him. And then the rest, Ogundai, I've called him many times. I've sent him the link. I still don't understand why he's not here. And I hope they do. Yes. So we are waiting.
Okay, can I send the link to someone who would like to enter?
Yeah, please
Let's keep waiting.
Send it to all of them.
I'm even glad
all of them. Yeah.
that he came in late.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. What says the timeline there?
Huh?
Ogundare is calling me now. Ogundare is calling me.
Okay, answer him.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
South is part of Nigeria. I got the president to approve money. He was not alone. I got the president to approve money funded from the budget. Today you can travel from Ibadan to Warri, and there is a park that will provide you a vehicle that will take you to Abuja. If I don't become the president of Nigeria, forget it. Forget what? Nobody will do that project. You know why they won't do it? It's $11.1 billion. That is, for now, the biggest project in the world. Check anywhere in the world that the contract above $11.1 billion.
All right. Good evening, my youth. I'm back here with a very I am very sad because I just went online and saw something very disheartening, where a female student of a
So, by the grace of God, we are going to do 1 million.
Don't worry, everybody.
All right. Good evening, my youth. I'm back here with a very I am very sad because I just went online and saw something very disheartening, where a female student of a college of education in Sokoto was killed because of religious blasphemy. Like, we are in a society where people get away with everything. In Islam, there is a process that is supposed to be taken before somebody is going to be stoned to death or whatever to death. You just can't kill somebody like that. Like, where did our conscience go to? What is happening to the society? Where did humanity go to? I am a Muslim and I don't support that because it's really disheartening. Like, what is happening to Nigeria, for crying out loud? When is all these things going to stop, for crying out loud? Love is the first religion. Where did it go to? Where did it go to?
This is serious. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. I can't even imagine that this thing is happening in 2022. In 2022, students of higher institutions in Nigeria, religion is on madness. Like, are you okay? Who are you to fight for God?
Who are you?
Who are you? Do your own and move on. But the fact that in this particular time and era you could think that people will go to that extreme because of religion. I am a Muslim.
Of course.
This is not the teachings of the Prophet.
No.
This is not Islam. And whoever perpetrated that act, who thinks he's going to get some form of reward from God, he is totally wrong.
Very wrong.
Because I am here to tell you that you've ruined your life in this world, and you have no hideout in the hereafter.
No.
Because you've taken a life and you can do absolutely nothing to rectify that.
That is it.
You can't do nothing. So you've lost in both worlds. You are stupid. You don't even know what you are doing. You are not even supposed to be existing in the society. You are supposed to be wiped out from the face of the earth.
Yes.
I think capital punishment should be assigned to
Of course
this.
it should be.
Capital punishment should be assigned to
The perpetrator should be called to book immediately.
It's not something that
no.
It's even negotiable.
It's not.
Yes, it's not negotiable. We can't take that. Because people have been getting away with things in this country. The repercussion is, there are no repercussion to things. And so many people think they can just do things and get away with it because this is Nigeria.
This time around,
this is our town.
No.
This is you are mad.
Very mad.
Yes, you are mad.
All right, fellow Nigerians, we have Mr. Gundar. All right.
Yes, I'm fully joined.
And yes, and Hassan is here. Hassan, can you hear me right?
Hello.
Hassan. All right, Joy was here. Gundar, where are the rest?
Actually, some of our people lost about the link, but I've told them on the platform that we should send the link. But as soon as we did that, I believe that for now, people are expected to join as they got to the link for now.
Yeah, but since yesterday, the link has been shared there more than 3 times. Anyway,
yes.
So I sent it again now. So I hope they will do that so that we can get started. So in the meantime, there are a lot of people watching, and we don't want to keep them waiting for very long, before we can get started. So you guys need to do what you have to do to be on board so we can get started.
Thank you, sir. Yes, I was here before, but it's not through that link.
How did you get here?
I entered through that YouTube, Facebook, the one you first sent. I was looking at everything you do, but I'm not picturing here.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, but this is the only one that you can join to be on the studio. This is the studio link.
Yes.
The one that you see for viewers. So if you are looking at that, you won't be able to do more than just watching and
exactly. I'm only watching since morning.
Yeah, you cannot.
I'm watching and hearing, but I cannot contribute.
Yes. Now you are here, and I hope the rest of you really come here so that we get this whole thing done. Because it's very important that we have at least half of the number that were on our was on our flyer,
Okay.
so that we can get started. Where's Joyce? And I spoke with her she was here not too long ago.
Yes. She was texting me message on WhatsApp now. I know that she was on join.
Okay. Yeah, well, we cannot keep the people watching. Let's just, do some
Getting
things
ourselves.
until I'm ready, okay?
Okay, sir.
Wake up for the rainy morning. Got to have freedom now. I got to have my freedom now. I got to have freedom now. For Nigeria is calling. I feel so high, and if it touch the sky, above the valley rim, I feel so good, in my neighborhood so good. Here I come again, I got to have my freedom now. I got to have freedom now. I got to have freedom now. Nigeria is calling. Fellow Nigerians, our country is going through one of its worst moments in history. The state of Nigeria requires all of us, regardless of where we are on earth, to come out of our comfort zones, to battle for our soul. Our country is under siege on all fronts. Our country has been taken over by janjaweeds that pretend to be leaders. The question is, how much can we take? How much more can we take? Here is a country where a citizen went into the hallowed chamber of the Senate and carted away the mace, the symbol of authority of the National Assembly, and was not punished. What type of example is that? Here is a country where the government allegedly spent 600 billion feeding students at home, students who were on lockdown, and nobody is raising a finger. How on earth do we have a country that cannot cater to its use?
Why, as a northerner living in the south, facing mental torture, receiving abuses, insults, days after days, throwing shade of names like Aboki and Malam, while in essence Aboki means a friend or a brother and Malam means a teacher. I've always gotten myself rolling in tears, living like a prisoner, and always questioning whether this is my country or...
Hello Nigerians, this is Smart Madu Ajaja, the presenter of Nigeria now. At this moment in our nation's history, it's a call to our conscience and our consciousness to rise up now in defense of our present and the future of the next generation of Nigerians. The Nigerian Now program is presented every Saturday, 8 p.m. Nigerian time. I am using this opportunity to invite you to join us for serious discussions on the way forward for our dear country that is at the moment at a grave danger of being destroyed by the activities of less than 1% of its population. How long shall they destroy our country while we sit aside and look
Deborah,
for
apa yang
us
di
to
banjir ya Pak Kofin sorry. Tapi kau emang.
No moment is better than now. No moment is more challenging than now for the people of Africa, the people of Nigeria to come together and hem their country and their continent respectively together. We must rise up and stand against the second colonization of Africa. Get up, stand up. It's what this moment calls for. I don't know how you feel, but I'll feel so guilty that my... All right, Ogundare, how are
Yes,
you?
sir. I'm fine. I'm always with you.
Yeah, so let's get started. Maybe the others will join. I don't know what is handicapping them. It is either electricity or network.
The network, yes.
So this meeting was supposed to have started 42 minutes behind schedule. And, okay, hopefully more people will join, and I hope they truly would. Okay, the state of Nigeria is what we are talking about ahead of a crucial election. What do you think generally about the state of Nigeria today?
Actually, when we look at the state of the country or the nation of Nigeria, it is quite alarming and it is a sorry situation because the youth, the women, the unborn generation doesn't have any hope, doesn't have anything they can think positively of the call Nigeria. And the fact remains that the leadership we have, they are not putting into proper consideration the incoming generation. That is why you see, for now, the future generations of incoming youth is at stake, is at verge. The country, Nigeria, is nothing to write home about.
So
it's capital nothing.
Yeah, so what is the way forward? What do you think should be done to put the country back on track?
Actually, let me first appreciate you for this kind of a seminar of thought coming up at this particular time when the country is at the verge of destruction. I want to appreciate you for the fact that you didn't see yourself as a comfortable individual living in America. If had it been that you are such a selfish leader or individual, you should have decided that, moreover, I am not living in the country, I am in America. There's no point for me to discuss about the progress of the country. But I want to appreciate you for that, for putting the country at the pivotal of your heart. This juncture, it is not too over. It is not too late. The solutions, the panaceas, the recommendations are still there for us. If we can able to make use some solutions in which shall be provided in this August seminar. Actually, what I discovered to be the solution or the way forward or the recommendation is for the youth, for the women of this noble country to awake from their slumber, to think and rethink about our future, about our children's futures, about our home future. It is then we can think that what we are passing through, it is not well. It is when we can think that what we are passing through is not palatable. It is when we can think that not what we are eating right away is the best solution or is the yardsticks, but where we are going to be the central focus in our minds. And as be it is made, the youth, they are the fundamental targets, and they are the most to be very precautionary and to be very proactive as regards to solutions to the country. We are the targets, and we are the losers, and we are the most how do I put it, the most central focus. Because if the country is good today, we the youth, we are going to be the most largest shares or the beneficiary of the dividends of that country. Therefore, we must take it as a matter of responsibility for every one of us to see it as our own country, for every one of us to see it as our primary home. We don't have any other home. This is Nigeria. It's for every one of us. It's our home. It's our father's home. It's our mother's home. It's our home. We must take this country as serious as if it is our personal house. Because if someone builds a house, it's a personal house, and he will not allow such an house to destroy. And if someone have a children, he must be able to take care of the children. He will not allow such children to go astray. Therefore, we must take this country, as our permanent home. And anything that can jeopardize, anything that can mimic the integrity or that can lead the country into doom, we should be able and guide it jealously. And coming to issues of youth, because I'm centered on youth. They are the most vulnerable. They are the most target. We must to maintain our discipline. Discipline is very sacrosanct. Discipline, integrity is very, very important, very fundamental. We must to protect the name we bear. I, Ogundiado Samuel, I have vowed not to destroy my father's name. Talk less of destroying my personal name. Because when I destroy my name, my father's names, my generational names have already destroyed. It is just the word of Bible. He said, what for a man that inherited the whole world and lose his soul. what can it be as a change? Therefore,
Okay.
in case,
Yeah, Samuel. Is
yes,
there
sir.
any organized strategy that the youths of Nigeria have put together?
Sir?
Is there any organized strategy now in place by the youths of Nigeria to address this crisis before it becomes generational, especially with the threats on their own generation?
Actually, there is. We are trying as much as possible as we could. On that ground, the various national bodies or the various national leaders in the country, we are trying to gather ourselves and to come together and to form a formidable alliance, particularly on the state of the country, Nigeria. We cannot but looking at the scenario like this. We are fed up. And at this juncture, election is at corner. And we are looking at the angle in which a very viable, committed, trustworthy, transparency youth can emerge as the next president. And if perhaps we identify just a viable youth, we can align ourselves and give him or her a needed support.
Okay,
Because the set of
let me ask you a quick question. Do you think becoming a president by a Nigerian youth is what all this is about? What is it going to bring about? What change, what difference is the youth supposed to be making? Yes. Did you get that?
Sir?
You think only the president can change the country, or do you think it must be a youth? And if you think it must be a youth, on what ground must it be a youth that will be the next president of Nigeria?
Actually, had it been that the atmosphere is so conducive for youth to participate in becoming the president of the country, it will be another ball game entirely. But if you look at the numbers of youth that collected the nomination forms, I don't even know that there's a youth among the aspirants. Therefore, the youth, apart from being the president, they can contribute towards the sustainability and developmental strides of the country if they are allowed to participate in the governance. Their useful ideas can easily be presented before the president or before the leadership of the country, and if the cogent and fundamental items were captured from their proposal, and by that way, if they make use of such a proposal, I believe that youth are contributed to such development in the country. But situation whereby the youth, the numbers of youth incorporated into the system is so mega, is so minute, is so few, how do you expect them to share their ideas? It is when we allow those youth to be incorporated into the systems of the government in Nigeria, it is thereby they can try to showcase the talents they have. And through that showcasing of the talent, the idea can be granted.
Well, we understand the governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, is a youth, but what people say widely that is a disaster. So is that not a youth? Of course. So what difference has it made? Do you think, after looking at Yahaya Bello, that the presidency of Nigeria or the governorship or anything in Nigeria must be about the youth? Because I believe that there are a lot of youths who have political offices in Nigeria that are not up to par. So what is this strong agitation about the youths for?
Actually, I don't see that being the youth that we will do difference or do things quite different. But the issues why Nigerians agitated for youth is because of inclusions. The youth have not been carried along. That is why they are fighting for the elders that they want to become the leaders, assuming that they have been carried along, assuming that they have been given a quota in the system, I don't think that actually there's a demand. There will be most prayer that they want to become the president or they want to become a governor. But because of the fact that the youth and women are grossly neglected, as a result of that neglection, they are not demanding that whatever good for the goose is also good for the gander. That is why they are not demanding that they want to become they want to become the head of the state, or they want to become the governor of the state, or they want to become the president of the country, assuming that they are being carried along. All those kind of youth demanding for the presidency, demanding for the governor, demanding for the heads of Abia, it will be another thing entirely. But since they have outrightly neglected, since they have grossly neglected, they are not demanding to overthrow the father. And if you want to look at it by the example, the independence, we discovered be the president Olusegun Obasanjo, be the Buhari himself, be the Babangida, be the Gowon, they are all youth between the age bracket of 30-something years to 40 years when they become the head of the state. And what tangible are they done? Because now they have not become headers. They started this as a youth age. Anything meaningful from them, capital no. Because the groups for nowadays you go on and do in the computer age, all those former presidents we have, they are youths, right from military to this moment. But the fact remains that the set of people who have been governing the country right from the day immemorial, they are this set of people that continue growing the country without relinquishing power, without developing youth, without projecting anybody who will succeed them in future. That is the angers of the youth in the country. They are demanding that they want to become the president because they are grossly neglected. Assuming that they are nurtured, they are carried along, they won't be demanded that they want to be a president. But their own chairs in the governance, they are not be given, have been denied. That is why they are not looking at the situation whereby they want to overthrow or overhaul the whole system.
Now, looking at what I don't know, I want to be fair to you. I don't know how old you are. What do you know about the history of Nigeria from 1960 till now?
Sir?
I said, give me a fair account of your understanding of the history of Nigeria since independence.
This is going to be a very tedious question you are throwing to me tonight.
Well, if you don't have an immediate answer, let's leave that. Now,
no, I can just try. I'm a history or I'm a government student as well. I must be a bit to try. Actually,
go ahead.
Actually, the histories of the country Nigeria is a much elaborated and more long story because the British and French, they came to America to colonize us, and when they colonized us, they gave us independence. They just gave to America to Africa to colonize us, and when they came, they gave us freedom. When they are coming, they entice us with education, they entice us with churches and some other things. Having forgotten that those people are coming with the intention of taking our resources to their country and turning into finished goods and coming back again to sell for us at exorbitant prices. Having done that, the issues of assimilation policy were brought where our traditional rulers were grossly neglected, and some when these French are coming, when the British are coming, they allowed the traditional ruler a bit to be participated in some governance. Whereas the issues since the independence in 1916, Nigeria histories have still remain in the same cycle. There is nothing tangible about the whole country Nigeria. Since the independence, Nigeria still remains stagnant. Since the independence, other countries that gain independence after us, they more developed than us. Therefore, the only problem we are facing in this country is the problems of leadership, because the country has been endowed and natural and human resources. And Nigeria do call it giants in Africa. We are giants for nothing. In terms of money, in terms of resources, God endow all this with us. But in terms of women to manage these resources, it is where we are deficient. And on that ground, we still need a very expert, a technocrat who knows how to develop and how to analyze all the resources we have, both human and mineral resources, for how to go at a very high speed. Therefore, it is a pity that since the independence in 1960, the country are still at this particular stage. It's a shame. By the virtues, I'm roughly 38 years of age. If I can tell you that since I've been on this earth, there's no significant changes in the country. We are just rolling.
Okay,
and today, the leadership will, sir?
Go ahead, finish.
I said today, the leadership will emerge as a president. They will come, they will give one, they will say they want to do this, do that. It's a pity that the country of Nigeria since 1960, we don't have a stable electricity. It's a pity that the country, for some years, we don't have a stable, good road. We don't have a good road. It's a pity that in the country, for some years, we don't have an access to a good water. It's a pity that a country that we are also endowed with the mineral resources, petroleum, other things, that we don't have a stable fuel here. We still imported fuel to other countries. So you can look at the management of the leadership. That's very bad. Very bad.
Last Saturday, the PDP had their party
primary.
Presidents. And what do you think about the primaries itself and the outcome?
Sir?
I said, what do you think about the particular process, the primaries and the outcome, the result that came out of it?
As usual, our political parties, once the dispensations is at expiration, we expect every political parties to produce whosoever is going to represent them, either in the National Assembly, the governor of the state or the presidency. And PDP have conducted their own, and Alhaji Atiku Abubakar was picked or was elected as their primary, as their candidate in their party. But my concern is this. If the APC, people are agitating that APC are not doing well, led by President Muhammadu Buhari, fine. But if the alternative party, because we have in Nigeria, we only have just two parties, APC and PDP. And if by the virtues of numerical and by the virtues of numbers of states ruling after APC, if people are condemning the APC led by Buhari, that is not good. It's not a good party. It's not a good governance. And if by the virtues, PDP conducted their primary and give the ticket, presidential ticket, to Atiku Abubakar, is from Adamawa, precisely is from the northern side of the country. And after the Buhari have spent 80 years, probably completed his 80 years in office, I am expected by the virtues of that, PDP should have tasked or been.
We are not,
sir.
Let's leave that area. I want you to talk about the process that led to Atiku emerging. The massive use of money, the inducement money, the use of dollar to purchase
what is it?
Those are the things I expect you to be talking about. Forget about the region. We don't care. Yes. Did you hear what I said? The question was, what do you think about the process that produced Atiku?
Yes. Yes, I'm with you, sir.
Okay.
Hello?
The question is this. Yes. Listen carefully. The question is this. The PDP conducted their primaries last Saturday.
Yes.
All right. I was asking you to give a fair assessment of the process that produced the type of outcome that is with around Atiku Abubakar as their presidential candidate.
The process.
Yes.
As Hello, sir.
I'm sure you heard about the use of money massively
Yes,
to purchase
yes, yes,
delegates. Yeah,
yes. Actually, yes. Actually, that is why I wanted to speak then. Actually, the process that produce article is a 40 process, in which is not subjected to PDP alone. Both APC, they use money because APC have conducted the assembly, the senate, and the reps in other states, apart from the presidential election. Therefore, both as PDP used money, APC equally used money. Therefore, the both PDP and APC, they are using money to buy the delegates. And the delegates, in their own part, they cannot reason more than their nose because they are looking for what they want to eat at the detriment of the entire millions population we have. And the fact remains that the electoral heart is at 40 as anything. And they mean that the Buhari sent into law the electoral act as amended, they should have allowed every eligible citizens to vote for whoever they want to represent them. But the issues of delegates were so narrow to a few number of people in the country or in the local government or in the world. For a man, you look for him look for example in a local government or in a world where PDP just nominated one person to vote at a primary, at a shadow election. Can that one person express the mind of entire peoples in that community? The answer is no. Therefore, some of those people, they are hungry, they are looking for money, and they follow the highest builder. Situation whereby the Abubakar Atiku can be given 15 million naira per each delegate. And you can tell me, you can imagine that the money is the one that playing, not even though the best aspirant among them, because of fact that he doesn't have money, he may have not been given the opportunity to go and use his knowledge and his what have you to develop his father's land, which is Nigeria. Because whoever have the money, either you are armed robber, whether you have anything to offer the country or not, in as much you have your money, you buy the delegates and they vote for you. And the aftermath is a general election. You will not consider them in general election if they are truly acceptable by the entire populations of the country during the general election. Definitely they will vote them in. But if they are not marketable, if they are not sellable, if they don't have any good intention to rule the country, you will discover that during the general election they will be voted out.
Who will vote them out? Especially with what we know about Nigeria and selling their food. Yes. What plans have you made? Has your generation made to vote them out, like you suggested?
Yes,
real?
Actually, we are working seriously to reorientate and to synthesize our people because they need orientation. At this juncture, it is not their fault because the idea says an angry man is an angry man. When someone is so starved with anger, you can go to your enemy and take food from there. But at this juncture, we must to let our people be self-disciplined and make a sacrifice. For now, the country requires sacrifice. It's not money, sacrifice. We must to offer a serious and unblemished sacrifice if truly we want to liberate ourselves from the shackles of political shenanigans. And that juncture, our youth, particularly I'm targeting the youth, they need to be orientated. Otherwise, they will still continue and continue and continue like this.
So, are you hopeful of a better outcome in the 2023 election?
Actually, with what I am seeing, because it is an idea that says, for a child built twice, if the Nigerians, particularly the youth, if you recall the issues of answers, Nobody knew that the answers can turn, the youth of Nigeria can turn to that scenario. It is because they are dragged to a level at which they want to revenge. That was we witnessed last time the NSAS in Nigeria. The youth of Nigeria, they don't expect that they can carry out just operation. Oh, they are not happy. They express their anger. They display that they are there. And this time around, the country have failed them, and they are thinking, 24 hours thinking, what are we going to do? Are we continue like this? Can we continue like this? The answer now is no, because hunger, suffering, a lot of ineptitude from the part of our leaders have already engulfed the minds of every youth in the country. And what they are thinking right now, either the country should remain separated or destroyed than to produce unnecessary person who will pilot their affairs for another 8 or 4 years. The youth are hungry,
Okay.
they are hungry.
Okay, let's assume that is correct. Now, looking at the array of presidential aspirants and one candidate here, is there any one of them that inspires hope or confidence?
Sir?
Is there anyone among the various presidential aspirants and candidates that inspires confidence in you?
In what party? In APC or in PDP or what party? Or generally?
I'm not talking about any party. It's not
okay.
only. It's not
Okay.
only PDP. There are only 2 out of many parties that are presenting aspirants and candidates. Why do you always hammer on APC and PDP?
We discovered that they are the major.
They are what? That
they are the only major political party.
No, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Except we are taking a move to have a major party and that major party.
What
but
is
for now, there's no.
What is a major party?
Maybe other small party can join together and upset the PDP or APC.
What is your idea of a small party? There's nothing like a small party. This is let me come in here as a Nigerian now. You know,
okay.
What does a small party mean? Are they not populated by human beings? And then the so-called big parties, big for nothing parties, are they not populated by human beings? And these people are victims of oppression, repression, and criminal neglect of access to opportunity. So why can't they look at individuals instead of looking at those parties? Just like you are making the same mistake. So I think it's time for us to correct ourselves. There are a lot of there is ADC, there is NRM, there is a lot of parties. Are you saying there are no human beings in those parties? So when you talk about APC and PD, you are narrowing the people, you are boxing them into corners that they cannot escape from. I think that mindset, that is number 1 orientation that has to start, especially from you guys who want to do orientation for people. So if you orient someone, for instance, who is in PDP, there is no candidate there except Atiku. So what are you going to be orienting them about?
Actually, what I mean by that small or Muslim party is this. In election, we consider the population. In election, we consider the population, apart from the fact that we consider the individual personality that owns the party. But we count on population. And the reasons I'm saying this, PDP and
for a very long time, for at least go back to the past 24 years, you have had from the population. He brought Obasanjo a bad president. He brought Yaradua a sick president. Good guy, who died. He brought Jonathan Goodluck, a spineless president who didn't know what he wanted. And then Buhari, the worst of all. Do you want us to continue in this same nonsense population?
We cannot. That is why we must to depopulated that party. It is when we enter that party, we not gather other political parties that this PDP, this APC, they have fed us. We are now recruiting
other political parties to form a formidable political party. And therefore, others in PDP, others in APC will not come and join. That there's no hope.
Do you know the process that leads to the formation of a political party? Political parties are in this dispensation. No new political party will be registered. We are talking about rescuing Nigeria. So which political party are you going to form to put them, this measure that we are talking about? Or you talk to make this thing a national movement to rescue their country. A set of individuals, regardless of the party they belong to. Does that make sense to you?
Okay. That's a good idea.
Well, I'm just asking. I want to know, from you, if it does make sense to you. Instead of revolving around the same pillar to pole, that will lead us nowhere.
Actually, we need to look at the like minds. Those like minds will form a major party. Those parties will make nations will come together and will fight against the two parties. It is the individual that drives the party. If I, as a person, if I have a good name in my community, definitely I will effect changes. But if I don't have a good name, nobody can come after me, can run after me. That is why I submitted and I subscribed to what you said, that the personality matters most. But it is that personality we can able to reckon with and coupled, because there are some people who are outside here, they don't know what is called personality. All what they know is about how to get small money and eat and live their life the way they want. But we that experience a lot, we must to go out, go to various rooms, go to various community, preach the gospel to them. That the PDP, APC have failed the country. Now, this is alternative party. Or now, we have about 5 or 10 or 20 alternative parties. We are coming together to fight these two parties. And I want to assure you, some of them in APC, some of them in PDP, when they see the tsunami, when they see the trends, they will definitely say their party have failed. They better join the new movement. And I believe through that, we are moving ahead.
Looking at the youth of Nigeria.
Sir?
In 20, I'm trying to draw an analogy. I say going back to the youth.
Okay.
In 2017, the youth takeover movement came about in Nigeria with the election of Macron as president of France. But by mid-2018, that movement died and nothing was heard about it, and the youths went into PDP and APC to produce the type of horror that we are dealing with right now. Then again, the NSAS movement came about. Everybody supported, but there was no spearhead. There was no leader. And sooner than later, that movement died. And now we are at it here at an election. The youths are talking about taking over. How do they intend to make this happen? How do they want people like me to take them seriously with 2 disappointments in a row?
Actually, I have, when we were discussing yesterday, I have making a submission that I'm still going to discuss with you personally, because, and I equally said, I would rather stay where I am than to embark on a mission or on a journey that I cannot complete. Because in every step everybody takes, you consider the possibility of arriving to a soft landing. If you are taking any steps without putting into proper consideration the destination, such a step is a waste. And I am very practical and at the same time very factual in taking a decision. And any decision I will take, any decision I will take, and if I cannot stand with such a decision, I would rather leave it than for me to move and at the end of the day to go back or to face the challenges and continue to scare it. I will never. Therefore, I look at it, the possibility for you taking over 2023 is still very my it's very my hope. For a youth taking over 2023 is very, very scary because the readiness, the preparation. I have not seen the readiness among the youth. I have not seen the preparations among the youth. By implication, Deborah, come open the door. By implication, I am trying to consider who and who are the youths vying for president of the country. Talk less of taking over. Because for you to take over the country, you must identify who is contesting among the youth. You must identify which political platform is just person contesting. You must identify what category or what capacity or what integrity or what connection, be it financial, material, just person have. Those are the questions that we are expected to answer. When I look at some people say, youth is taking over the country 2023, I was asking some group yesterday when I was in that gathering, who is the youth contesting for president now? Irrespective of political party, they are looking at me. We must identify the youth. We must identify the youth, and after identifying the youth contesting for presidency, either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, you have to come to a roundtable talk. Can this fly? Can this succeed? If it cannot succeed, why are we supporting? Can this possess the integrity, the requirement we are expected? These are the questions. Only few of my youth I know in abroad, when I talk to them, some of them refuse not to come to the country. And if you are not expecting, if you are not coming to the country, if you are not belong to a political party, if you are not collected the nomination form, what else are we saying that you want to contest? Apart from Yaya Bello, and Yaya Bello by implication, I have not seen any driving or any positive agenda he have carried out as far as the youth of country is concerned. Because if you are talking about the youth taking over, one, you must to distinguish yourself among the youth. You must to have 1 or 2 experience or achievement or move you have carried out concerning the youth. That is my conclusion. That who are the youth to take over? Who are the youth? Where are they? What political party are they coming out? Where are they living? What are their antecedents? What are their profile? We don't know them. And if I don't know youth, if I don't know you, how will I work for you? How will I defend your agenda? But I have thank God that I have come to know you. If perhaps by next 5 years, you come in somewhere, you are coming to this country to become the president of Nigeria, I can able to fathom and to assess that Honorable Jaja who have contributed this, that to the country. And by the virtues of interaction with me and him, I know that if eventually he became the president of the country, he can do better, he can perform, he will carry the youth along, he will deliver. But if I cannot assess you, if I don't know who you are, if I don't know your credentials, how did you expect you to become the president? That's the question, sir.
Okay, I am aware that you and some of your peers from various who lead various youth groups across the country coming together to forge a kind of alliance to address some of these issues that we have been talking about. How far have you gone with your mission?
Actually, I don't know maybe Chief Ubani, because Chief Ubani, I know him for some years, and I met with him last 3 weeks in Abuja for the first time. And I don't even know, maybe we have another youth who are agitating to become a president. And by my own assessment, to become a president of the country, it requires a lot of things. Among those things, one, connections is there, money is there, ability to drive your visions and sell your visions to the people is very important. Therefore, apart from Mbani, who is always giving me a write-off that he wants to become president of the country, I was asking him when I was with him, how much do you have in your account? Because as you don't want to spend money, you will visit. And if you are going to visit as a presidential aspirant, will you be going by leg? You don't have car. I don't know your house. And perhaps you will see some stakeholders, either 20 or 50,000 give to them for a meeting. Perhaps you will visit some states. It requires little money. Do you have those resources? The answer is no. How possible can you realize such dream?
I want to ask you a question.
Okay, sir.
And you just said the same thing that has always made me ask this question. Why is it everything about money in Nigeria? Why you ask the question about his bank account? Is that necessary? Really? In a country where people are serious, people who are being murdered in the east, in the west, in the north, and everywhere, why can't we make, you talked about sacrifice. What is the essence of our sacrifice? Why must someone has to have these big pockets before he can be president of Nigeria? And do you know why the country is so corrupt? Why the leadership of the country will steal and steal? Because they pay left, right, and center. If you don't get into that position, you would understand that these people have been justifying the evil that is plaguing the country. Be a politician, be an aspirant. You will see people coming to look at you like you are one big rich man. When somebody's daughter is sick, they're going to call you. When he's going to do wedding, they're going to call you. And if you don't do anything, they start blackmailing you. When are we going to stop this? Does he have to have money? If he has the abilities, if he has the courage to put in, if he has the intellect, if he has the competency and knowledge, what else does he need? Assuming, that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to make a case for Obama.
I understand. Actually,
yes.
Actually,
you know why I asked this question? Barack Obama, the very first time, the year before he became president, he didn't have the kind of money I had then, as somebody who lives in this country. He watched the presidential, the Democratic Convention from the cheapest hotel in America that I will not go into. He didn't have that money. But what did he do? One speech that he made was what kept the country wondering, who is this young man? Who is this young man? Everybody lined behind him. In another 4 years, he became president of the United States. When are we going to get that type of Nigeria?
It's a good submission, sir, what you said. And the former governor of Ondo State, Dr. Olusegun Mimiko, when he wanted to contest under the Labour Party, he came to a rally like this. Both the market women, both the students, they are giving him money. Some give him 10 naira, some give him 20 naira, some 15 naira. When he sum up this money, he realized about 5 million naira just at a rally, particular community. Therefore, money, everything is told about money. But money play some reasonable crucial roles in every state, in every step we are taking. We are not saying that money answered all things, but he plays a vital role. We too, as a friends, we have a sympathy, and we have a responsibility. But what we are saying in essence, whosoever want to become the president, whosoever, you must to have a bit financial capacity, not for you to give it to people, but for your personal needs. For example, if you were called, for example, you are living in Abia or living in Lagos, you were called to return to Lagos or to return to Abuja. If you don't have a little resources for you to fly or to move, how will you make it possible for that journey? Or for example, you were called a meeting. People say that we need a pure water. Some contribution may come, but you as a leader or as an aspirant, people look at you to the essence, because in Nigeria, it's quite different from other countries. People here, they believe that if you are coming for any position, you have capacity to do to come, and their demands, 100% of their target is to get something from you without considering what are we going to offer. People like to collect rather than to give. That's the Nigerian concept. To get something from you without considering what are we going to offer.
Yes.
People
Spend
like
me
to
a minute.
collect rather than to give. That's the Nigerian concept.
Okay, Mr. Gundari, just give me a minute. Let me welcome Eniola, just joining us from the UK on this program. Sister Eniola, you're welcome.
Okay.
Thank you.
My sister,
How
you're
are
welcome.
you?
Thank you. I'm fine. Thank you.
Yes. We've been talking about, we are supposed to be meeting the leadership of about 50 youth groups here, but unfortunately, he was the only one with a stable network. You know what is taking place in our country. It's either there is no network or there is total darkness. I am sure the other young people wanted to come because I see a lot of them, like Hussein has been making a lot of attempts. Joy did make some attempt to join, and they were all kicked out. Why? Because of the network challenge. And then we are Nigerians. We are seeing all this. Are there not enough signs to tell us that something is wrong with our country for us to be wise in making the next choice of leadership?
There's more than enough reason to know that Nigeria is not working. The problem we have with our people is they pretend to ignore or to believe that they cannot see. We know that they can see. We know. Even the blindfolded one are seeing. In my villages now, you speak to the older people there about the election. They tell you that it has not been working for more than 20 years. So if they can say that, it means that they know. Let's say that those who are not very exposed or educated cannot see. They may not be able to walk through how to get themselves out of it. But Nigeria is an educated country. We discussed that yesterday in a show that I hosted. It is difficult to find a Nigerian in Britain here where they will come for an interview and you will be using an interpreter for them. The worst that could happen is they will speak pidgin English. For them to use interpreter, we are past that level. The problem we have in Nigeria from immemorial till now is deliberate ignorance. Deliberate. We deliberately does not want to recognize where we found ourselves. And people like to paint the picture as if it's nice, we can manage. But we can't. We can't. It has gotten out of hand. Even those of us, people like me that have decided to be part of the progress of Nigeria has been discouraged. If you cannot be bought by money, that's why I come in. If you cannot be bought by money, then you are not there.
Yes.
So if it's not working, let us say it out. Don't let us pretend. Let's say it out. Because that's why I like Open Nigeria now.
Thank you. Now, one question, Samuel, and I know, Sister Niola, you're going to give your own perspective on that. Brother Samuel,
Sir.
You saw what happened when these two big for nothing, I'm not afraid of saying it the way it is, big for nothing political parties put their party's nomination form at 100
million.
The other one was
millionaire.
40 something.
100 million. Do you know that it's an assault on your generation? Do you agree that it's a deliberate plan to shut you out? No matter who you are, no matter how cerebral you are, no matter how intelligent you are, no matter how much capacity you have mentally and intellectually, do you know that it's a slam? Do you know that it's apartheid? Tell us what you think. Yes.
Actually,
let me hear
yes,
from you.
I am with you. It is sort of before I had the idea to Not Too Young to Rule, I have written a report going viral concerning that outrageous amount of nomination form. It's our party. It's a party that we work for and it's a party that we build together. And if the party have raised the nomination form to 100 million naira, who are they expected to collect that nomination form? That is why I said it earlier that the target is for the youth. Because how do you expect a youth who have what it takes to rule the country, a youth who have the cerebral, the knowledge to rule the country, but financially they are incapacitated to obtain that such a form? When Buhari collected his nomination form, how much does he collected the form? And if you look at the set of people that obtain such a form, they are the people who are in the corridors of power, who are one way or the other embezzle the money of the country, our common purse. That is my question I throw to you then. When is the youth take over? How many youths who are ready to take over? How many youths who purchase the nomination form? How many youths who are part and parcel of those electoral process? Therefore, it's totally condemnable. It is quite unfortunate. It is detestable to just selling the form at that exorbitant and very high cost. I am totally bitter about that. And I have sent for the past 2 months my report. If they like it, let them come and kill me here, and they cannot do me nothing. Capital nothing. Because everybody that collected the form, either they are former governor, either they are former senator, either a serving minister, either a serving commissioner, or whatever, they are one way or the other embezzle our common money. That is why they have such a money to collect the form. And to my surprise, some who are paid 1 million naira, 100 million naira for that nomination form, you can see them. They say they withdraw. They are not contesting again. If they are truly suffer for the money, they would have not wasted just the money like that. I am not happy about that. That is why I said that our youth need to be orientated. They need a total orientation. Of course, I am told to be corrected.
Good. Good perspective there. Sister Niola, let us hear from you. What do you think about this outrage?
I'm not surprised.
We are not seeing the face of our sister again. You.
My face is here. It might be the face is still there. It might be the network where you are.
I'm seeing it very well.
Yeah, might be the network where you are, sir.
I'm only seeing Honorable Jaja and high here.
Okay, I think it's because of where you are.
It might be the network of where you are. My face is on the screen and it's on those who are using the hand something. So 2 places.
Okay.
I can see my
I've
face.
seen it.
Okay, thank you, sir. See, I'm not surprised because, like I said from the time I joined you now, I said it's a deliberate ignorance that we're using. When a party can ask for 100 million to buy a form to rule for 4 years that they can only make 56 point something million.
Yeah.
It means that their calculation is showing us that it is not what they put in that they are going to get.
No.
It is an investment. Those that come in, I'm coming to the youth, but those that came in and paid the 100 million each, they are the thief because it's a business. When they withdraw, they give them 500 million back. It means that they, for that 100 million that they put down, they make 400 million. Because I want us to look at the information closely. I don't misjive. I looked into it before I can repeat it. So when they put the money in, coming out, they make extra money. It's like they are trading. That's not the issue. Where do they expect the youth to get the money from? If they want the youth to do the work, to come into governance of our nation, where will the youth get the 100 million from? Sir, the truth is, even if you put an application out now for people to contribute money for you, I have foundations, not one, not two. The fact of the story, and God is my witness, it is me and few minute other people that works for my foundation to give to underprivileged, because a lot of people are suffering. They cannot afford it. A lot of people cannot afford it. Where do we expect the youth who are jobless to get the money to come out as the leader of a nation that is stricken with poverty, a rich country that gives its citizens a poverty mentality, whereby serious people go out to work, make money, send their children to school. After the children graduated, by any means, I want to use by any means, the children cannot find a place to work. You're asking those children, it's like you are bullying them. This is a bully. It's an abuse. I am a psychotherapist. What you've done, you abuse the youth. You abuse the youth and said, come out if you dare. With the 44 people that pays 100 million, that is 4.4 billion naira. If I'm just a leader in the national, that 4.4 billion will change Nigeria within a second. It means that there are people in charge of the money that we needed to change Nigeria, and they cannot afford to contribute. They can't do it unless they make money out of it. They are bullying the youth. Nigeria refused to know the truth. Unless we face the truth, we cannot be set free. What is wrong with Nigeria today is facing the truth so that we can be set free. Don't try to. I don't like any sentiment. If you know me, I don't like to lie. If you will not greet me tomorrow, don't greet me. I don't like sentiment. I don't like it.
So
I like people to be straightforward.
Yes. Ogundare, in this situation, where the people of Nigeria, including me, I don't think I will wake up with my hard-earned 100 million naira and to go and buy a piece of paper that I am not even sure that I will get anything out of. So, are the youths, are the people of Nigeria supposed to be reacting? If they were to react, what suggestion would you have? Did you think that it would have been enough reason to boycott these people and say to hell with you, we don't have to do anything with you anymore, and leave them, let them eat their 100 million? Where is the organizational capability of our people, especially your generation?
Actually, nobody can take law into his or her hands.
No, it's not taking law. It's not. I don't think that's not.
I am coming, sir.
Yes.
I am coming, sir. If you don't belong to a political party, you don't have any audacity or any right to challenge their processes. It is when you belong to a political party, You can put your input, you can contribute, you can correct, or you can abide with whatever they do, or you pass away.
I disagree.
But do you understand that? Do you understand that that's why we are doing what we are doing in Open Nigeria?
I come, yes, I come. I wanted to submit,
your
sir.
right to choice.
Yes, I wanted to submit. Therefore, in any political party, there is always a body or an organization that pilot their affairs. But the fact remains that I am typically citing examples of a ruling party, because ruling party is the APC in Nigeria, and they came into the power, and when they got to the power, they control the resources of the country, they control whatever we have in the country, and therefore it's our party. It's a party of the country.
Party.
It's not
I am coming.
I disagree.
I am coming, man. I know women. I know you may disagree, but the fact remains that it's a political party. And for example, in America today, what party is ruling? And that party that is ruling, in as much they produce a president in the country, they remain a major political party, and they are answerable to the citizens. Because the president will control the party, the president will control the citizens and the resources. And if by the back,
no.
Don't get off into
Britain for almost 45 years now.
I am not saying USA. I am not saying USA. I'm saying in Nigeria context that the president.
But Nigeria is destroying the politics. Let's face the fact. What's going on here?
I am not supporting what is doing there.
Then don't let us uphold it. Let's say whatever should happen. If you say that as a political party, we should not get involved with their plans, you are trying to tell me now that this discussion that you and I are having, we shouldn't be having it, because I am not APC and I'm not PDP.
We have dragged this. We have dragged.
We should be able to say the truth.
Honorable Lega said, "What can we do for now?" I am not saying that we cannot fight them, because we are not in the corridors of power to take decision. Assuming that if I am fortunate to be part of them taking that decision, I would have come up with my own idea. The Honorable Party Chairman, sir, the amount of this form is too exorbitant. It's too cost. How do you expect?
Can I come in? Can I come in, sir? Can I come in?
Let me, somebody just joined us. Emmanuel Akpo just joined us. From where, Emmanuel?
Akpo is one of the leaders. Yes.
Okay, how are you?
From
yeah.
No.
I'm fine, are you?
Can you introduce yourself to our listeners?
Okay. Yeah, I'm Akpo Emmanuel Tefa. I'm Honorable Akpo Emmanuel Tefa, former governorship candidate in Benue State, leader of group in Nigeria, coalition of young candidates of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 2019. Thank you.
Welcome. All right, we have been talking about what is taking place. It looks like you have something. If there's any device that you have turned on, please can you turn it down, because we are hearing it here. So the discussion can flow. We have been talking about wide-ranging of issues here about what is taking place in Nigeria. So that is where you joined us. Now the question we are asking, where's that device coming from? Can you please tell them?
I think his Facebook is on. His Facebook is on, and also his two programs. You need to switch off one.
Are you on our Facebook? Please shut down one so that the people can
one of them
you.
is to switch it off.
Yeah, please switch off one. Okay.
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah, the question I've asked, the most recent question is about the high cost of purchasing party nominations by the two big for nothing parties, APC and PDP. We are talking about it. The question now is, how would do you feel? Let me ask you now. How do you feel about that? Do you think that the people, the members of the political parties or Nigerians in general should have reacted in a kind of way, outrageously, or this outrageous cost of purchasing mere piece of paper that people cannot guarantee it will lead them anywhere? So what is your perspective on it? It looks like it's having network problems.
So that the network is not perfect.
Yeah.
Therefore,
Yeah.
Honorable Jaja, you have raised the question before our sister come in, and I have satisfactorily answered that I have a displeasure over the outrageous cost of that nomination form, and to that effect, I have written my own letter to the public and to the presidency as regard to that form that is quite outrageous, and no common youth or no common man who have worked as a civil servant or as a businessman who can avoid that amount. And by the virtues of those people that collected the form, they are politicians. Some of them are former senator, some of them are former governor, some of them are former minister, some of them are president coming minister who resigned, some of them are former CBN governor or president CBN governor. Therefore, the cost of the form was sold to those that embezzled our common money. It is not for a common man. And abstractly, it is quite wrong. And it's not acceptable. But there's nothing we can do. What we
Yes,
can
there's
do,
a lot we can do.
That's
There's a
the
lot
only
we
thing we
can
can.
do.
I'm coming. Let me submit, sir.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do. The only thing we can do. Yes. There's nothing we can do. The only thing we can do is doing the voting. We decided to vote them out. That's all. But you cannot decide that they should not sell their form, because we are not in the power to determine how much they are going to sell the form or who will buy the form. It's what you can do is for us to vote them out. That's what we can do.
Okay, Sister Niola, let's hear you.
Uncle, I want to enlighten you about a fact. If you say there's nothing we can do, then this program is not worth it. This program is one of the things that we can do.
I said
no, I'm coming. If you say there's nothing we can do,
but the only thing we can do,
if you are saying that we can vote them out,
okay,
you don't want to unleash the truth that I know. Okay. I am also a former governorship candidate of Ogun State.
Okay.
When you say vote them out, what are you talking about in Nigeria? Okay. Nigeria don't do election. That is the first thing we must approach. Nigerians, especially the ruling party and APC and PDP, they don't do election, they do selection.
Okay.
They disgrace the people. Everybody is shouting, go and get your PVC, go and get your PVC. You think, I will not discourage people from getting PVC because it's their right. But you want to know the truth about your PVC. Quote me if you like, your PVC is useless. Quote me. I said it. And you're allowed to touch on your Martins. If you know what these people do, apart from buying the PVC off you, making the vote behind you, they even write the result of the election before the election is casted.
What can
the
we
people
do?
that are the polling units.
What can we do, man?
Let me explain now. You are jumping it. I'm the one that brought it out. That's all we can do.
Okay.
You see, the fear, people are living in fear. This discussion we're having, if you are living permanently in Nigeria, it's even dangerous for your health. It's dangerous for your family. It's dangerous for whoever you think you are. If you cough and your coughing is too loud, you can be arrested for it. I keep saying something that nobody is saying. I will say it again. Because my mom warned me when I was younger. Now I'm over 60. My mom warned me, said, Eniola, God give you wisdom. But the problem you have is a lot of people, when you're talking, they don't hear what you are saying. You need to learn how to repeat yourself. I went to Nigeria in January 21st last year. Coming out from the international plane into Nigerian airport to enter to see the immigration, the first point of entry, I thought they were immigration. I released my passport and everything. and they look at it, pass it around, and later give it back to me. Then we walk a little bit further. We are taking to another route, and then we were stopped again. We are showing our passport. So I asked, didn't we just see immigration over there? And my entourage told me, because I always come in with entourage. I said, Mama, the point that you first stop is not immigration, it's EFCC. And the second place now is the immigration. So I said, EFCC in Nigerian Airport Authority, before you see the immigration, why is this? I was told, plain English, official staff of airport told us that there are some people earmarked by the ruling government that they should not come back to their country, and if they do, they will be arrested. I saw it. Pidgin English will say, not be said, then tell me. I see am with my own eye.
Koro eyes.
Koro eye, I saw it. Even myself, my passport was passed around even into an office before they return it. This is the Nigeria. You tell me, what can we do? Oh, there's a lot we can do. If we cannot talk in our country, let us promote our people to know what is going on. If they don't know, they can't fight. And if they fight, they might kill them. I say to people, don't go out to fight, but let them know that you are not stupid. Let the country know that there are people like Kenyola Otasanya Martins, Smart Madu, Ogunda Ero Samuel, Emmanuel Akpo, that can see with their eyes and they are not sleeping. Don't let us carry them in our back and say, what can we do? We have to, we not go manage them. We go shout them out. We go tell people, say, the thing where they do is no good. We don't fed up. We fed up. Don't give it to us. We sabi how to eat them. Don't feed us with particles. These people are there. Only 1% of the whole 200 million Nigerian, and they are destroying Nigeria, and we are following them. If we turn our back, you think they will continue doing it? No. The problem we have is we don't know how to turn back. Somebody will come to campaign to you for 4 years and give you 5,000 naira. They won't get it anyway, because I've seen it during my own campaign. Some of the 10,000 they were giving to give to people. At the end of the day, some people only get 50 naira. Okay, let's say even the 10,000 naira was given. If we refuse to collect them, if you turn our back, if we decided that we are not taking all these peanuts anymore, if we can encourage and educate our people to say no to stupidity, it will not continue. The reason why it continues is because people like us are not trying to educate others.
Well, Sister Aniola, let me read out a comment that somebody just sent that really makes a lot of sense. And I've asked that question so many times. This is Sister Victoria Jado. She said, there is no plan for the youth. The youth have been engaged in Big Brother and all manner of silly reality shows. Yes. Mr. Ogundero, what do you have to say about that? You know, as we are speaking right now, not many Nigerian youths are watching what we are saying, as much sense as it makes to them and their future. But if because say I naked myself now, it's a BB Niger, they will borrow money to go fund it. You know how much they paid last year for BB Niger? The season is about to come. They spent over 8 billion. And who are those watching it? Nigeria. So that's why I find it difficult to understand when they say they are suffering, there's no money. It gets me confused. So who funds BB Niger? Something that is morally destroying our people.
Thank you.
Even Americans, my children were taught, they don't watch all those. They don't watch America's reality shows where people go naked. They are not interested in it. But it's a big deal. In Nigeria, I see young children. They will put their pants down. My son will ask me, I see Nigerians. He says, "Why is that? You tell us don't do it here." But you see, a lot of young people here. My son cannot do it because he understands the story behind pulling pants down. Yes. So, what do you have to say about this? He said there is no plan for the youth. The youth have been engaged in Big Brother and all manner of TV reality. You will know that. You are aware of that. A South African SAP linked it to Nigeria. Multi-choice. That is what. You'll be surprised what people are watching right now. As we are even laboring, spending our money, putting our lives at risk to save them. They are not interested in what we are talking about. And when they do get interested, the thing is they are asking you for money. What is it about?
Actually, Honorable Jaja,
yes.
When it is very easy to generalize, but
I am not
there are some youth. No, not you. I say it's very easy. I'm using general terms. That is very easy to generalize or to conclude. But there are some exceptional youths in Nigeria who are very disciplined and who are very interested in the futures of the country. But for them to get to the corridor in which they can exercise or showcase their talent or their God-given knowledge is a problem. That is why I concluded that we're talking about Nigerian youth who are Nigerian youth, or those the youth to become the president who are Nigerian youth to become the president. Therefore, if you count out of 100%, it's very difficult to see 20% of the youth who are very proactive, dedicated about the country we are. But there's a book I read, The Beautiful Ones Are Not Yet Born. That book was written in Ghana. And then, in that Ghana, it was full of corruption. Every society was corrupted. And this man, he was trying to find himself. How do we live among those people who are corrupted? And to the extent, he was living inside the latrine pit just to ensure that he was not mingled with the corrupt people. But nonetheless, he now concluded that the beautiful ones are not yet born. Therefore, my honorable brother, Nigeria is going to be great. We need proper orientation. Our people, our youth, need to be orientated. And mind you, the individual family in which this youth came from is very, very sacrosanct. It's very important. Some parents have destroyed the futures of their children. There are some girls or boys, they continue to do all sorts of things. Because it's very inimical. Because it's very bad to the survivors of human beings. And the parents are abortions. And when they grow old, you are expected that thing to change. Discipline must start from home. For the past primary, secondary school, I'm not with my parents. I stay in school. And I've never committed a crime, nor fighting anybody. But I do try to accommodate some others. But nonetheless, our youth need to be orientated. When the election comes, like my sister rightly said, give them small money like this, they misbehave. Some carry gun, continue mad here and there, run here and there. I was looking at someone last 2 weeks who was telling that if they give me money, they say to kill. I said, God will punish your father and your mother. Is that how you have been taught at home to go and kill? Do you want to kill your father's son or your father's daughter? Because of what? To kill. Are you killing animal? Look at the way you talk. As I insult him, I was thinking maybe we fumble. I would get Islam, but he didn't talk any longer. I say these are the types of people, you are no type of people we want in the community. Because if you grow up with this one, the community continue dilapidating. Therefore, our youth still need to be orientated. We still have some good ones. So if you are living in America and the country of Nigeria is so paramount to you, you are harnessing your resources, putting your effort, putting your people that the country must not remain like this. We are always after improvement. Therefore, if we can able to identify if we're able to identify some set of people who have the same idea, who can forge ahead and continue to do what is needful, I believe the country Nigeria will be at last. It is only for that the leadership of the country for now, they are very, let me say, they are very diabolical. They are very criminal.
Please say that again. Repeat that word again. Diabolical. That's where the problem is.
Because in anything they do, they don't want the youngs to grow
at all.
They don't want to grow. And if you are not in their cycle, how will you correct them? I have a friend from Germany.
I'm picking up some words. Diabolical in their circle. This is what is wrong with Nigeria.
Yes.
And they are getting away with it.
I have experienced a lot. I look at the country. Last year, I wanted to travel. I was thinking if I traveled, when I go along with my family, my wife, my children, no. This is roughly 15, 17 years.
I wouldn't advise you.
I have my master, no job, nothing. I just struggling in this country. No life, no good road, nothing. And we have a leader. And today we hear that about billions of naira was stolen by snakes.
Yeah,
what so billions of naira was stolen.
The next news, the wind is going to steal the remaining money.
If you are looking at where I'm living here, I never have money to room it. I just want the last 4 years to come into this place, no money to complete everything, no job. I am just finished my master's. I want to put in for my PhD. And nothing, no job. The fatherless. Therefore, we look at the country, sometimes we'll be weeping. What kind of country we are? I graduated, I sponsor, all those things. We're fed up.
Yes, I know if we keep on talking about Nigeria, we are not going to leave here until the next 2 years. But there are two critical questions that I have, for our guests here. And I really appreciate you guys for filling in for our young men and women who are unable to make this thing. It was supposed to be an interactive session. I wanted to hear them out, and then so we can talk about how to actually bring.
We cannot do it because of the little problems that Nigeria can control.
Can control, and this network issue.
Nigeria can control network.
It's very easy.
Nigeria is a rich country, very, very rich country.
The problem started a long time ago. You know when the first telephone came, Abiola and ITT.
Abiola shot the money. I was in government then. I was working in federal government of Nigeria. That's why people talking about Abiola. I am not one of his fans. I know what he did to Nigeria.
We only talk about June 12 when it concerns him.
I don't join them. I don't join them.
He represented. He was the first one who made the communication in Nigeria impossible.
Him and Obasanjo, the same Obasanjo.
Yeah.
International.
Go and tell them, this is good for my people. Then he pocket the rest money. It's the same thing that they did with the telephone thing.
Yes.
Why should the country not have landline?
How can you believe it? We don't have national telephone. We're using mobile phone from South Africa. Jesus.
Use mobile phone to transfer data. It connects your data and makes you vulnerable. Landline is number one. If I were to be
number one,
there has to be landline and DSL. So
that is where your security is.
Cell phone is supposed to be for only emergency, but
that is it.
National anthem. Sad. So that's the thing. Now, the question I wanted to ask is this. They say we are one Nigeria. When I was born, my parents did not tell me that I was a Southerner. Never.
I've never had it as well.
We had a Yoruba man from Ogbomoso. He used to sell clothes, ladies wrapper on credit to women. He comes every 3 months. Guess where he used to stay? Our house.
Yeah.
Mr. Bodomasi. They used to call him in my language if I talk, which means the man who comes every 3 months to sell clothes.
3 months.
He will come. He will carry. He has a bicycle that he will come with. He will put all those clothes. He gives these clothes to women on trust,
on credit.
He doesn't ask them for money. And when he comes back, those women will come and give him his money and take some more. Nigeria was good.
They will be accountable. They will be trustworthy. Yes. Nothing is there anymore. How did we get here?
I don't know. Mr. Badamosi will come. My mom will cook for him. And then, you know, he's always spend, I think, 7 days. And then he goes back again. Until another 3 months, he will come back. We had an Igbo man, Mr. P.C. Okonkwo. He came to teach in my hometown. My mom adopted him as his son. Yes. Stayed in our house. Was teaching.
You want to hear one story? My own brother, my elder brother, he was born in Zaria. And then my parents returned to Lagos. And this, my brother, is attached to a family in Zaria. Do you know, my brother had to go back to Zaria. He was born there. He was about 9 years old before they brought him to Lagos. When he got to Lagos, my mother had to return him to the Hausa people. He lived with them until he finished primary and secondary school. We don't know anybody that is different. We are all human beings and we are all Nigerians. Yes. These people could have kidnapped my brother forever and my mother would not find him anymore. Yes. My brother grew up with them. If his children, whenever his children now go for university or anything, they get bursary from Zaria because that's where he was born. That's where he was born. Yes. But you can't do that anymore.
Look at today. They will tell you, before you say anything, Northerner. I'm a Northerner.
Southerner.
I'm a Southerner.
Southwest. Northwest.
I've lived in the US for nearly 28 years. And I know you have lived in the UK for nearly 40 years, if not more. Have you ever heard where English people are?
I've never heard it in my life. I've never. You can only mention the city. I live in London for 30-something years. That's all. And now I'm living outside London for almost 6 years.
Yes. Do you see them defining themselves by their religion?
No, they don't.
Yeah. It's in Nigeria now, even if I don't go to church, they say I'm a Christian. All right? Once you are from the north of Nigeria, you are automatically a Muslim.
A Muslim.
You don't go to the mosque. You assume that you are a Muslim. Hypocrisy. You know, see where we are.
We need to open up. I like the name you give to your show. Open Nigeria Now.
Yes.
I love the name.
Thank you.
That's why I'm never going to hide any truth inside this tongue.
No.
Let's say the truth.
Absolutely.
Because if we don't say the truth, our children, they will blame us in future.
Sure.
Look at what my children are doing. They were born here. They always go to Nigeria, but never lived in Nigeria for more than 2-3 weeks in a year. My children will see programs of Nigeria and how Nigeria is going, they will send it to me and say, Mommy, look at your country. My daughter will even say, see what they are doing to my country. See what the leadership of that's our own country. The leadership of my own, she will call it to herself, are doing to my country.
Our own country, yes.
How can Nigeria be taking charity from Britain and all sorts? We can afford to build Britain. What do they have?
Britain is surviving on Nigerian money.
That is it. And then they return a little bit and say they are giving us some charity. Yeah. And everybody will be happy. Britain has given us this, so we thank God. God punish them.
Become a battleground for the Arabs and the Europeans. That is just sad. That is what we are.
It is sad. It is sad.
It's really sad. It's so sad. So, Sister Niola, Mr. Gundera, I really appreciate you guys, for coming in. And,
I'm glad that I came.
Yeah, I'm so happy that you made it.
I just woke up. I'm trying to join you all the time, but because of the schedule of my work.
Yes.
You know my work.
The one you did. I told you to remind me. I'm not sure you forget.
No, I didn't forget. I have last minute and I've only got an hour to leave the house. And people are waiting on me. So I couldn't do all the linking. I just did a little bit. Even I have to beg people to come out. I said I had to go. Because one, I need to attend a meeting physically. And two, I need to go to work. Because I need money. I've spent my money. When I came as a governor, you know my story.
Yes.
I did not take money from anybody. I sold one of my own house that I invested in. and I have gone broke, and I don't want to shoplift anybody's money.
Yeah. Now,
and I'm still young.
These people, do they understand that you sold your house to fight for them?
They don't. They will laugh. That's how they do.
Yeah. Yes.
They will say, "Who sent you there?" I know some Nigerians say, "Who told me? Why did you go?" I say, "Why are you staying? Why didn't you go? Is it not your country?" They say, "I don't pass my boundary." What boundary didn't you pass? You that took a plane to come to Britain, you've already passed your boundary.
So,
God will help us.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Definitely, in no distant time, we're going to get you back so we can do a really serious one-on-one on everything.
No problem, sir. No problem.
God bless you. And have
you too. God bless you too, sir. Thank you.
All right, you take care. Yes, fellow Nigerians, you heard we put it off, and you are all aware of what happened. Perhaps network made it impossible, for us to have the roundtable that I expected to have with the young Nigerian leaders, 50 of them, or 50 groups in Nigeria. And I've been receiving messages from some of them explaining why they were not able to make it, connection or power failure in their areas. It's so sad that we have come to this. And this is the reason we are appealing seriously and very passionately that we need to have a change of heart, a change of mind about how we choose leadership. Because no matter how hungry we are, we must not do anything that will worsen this situation, because it's getting so bad. Killings everywhere now, hunger, lack of access to opportunity, everything coming into just dovetailing, just heaping on us. We generate our electricity, we provide water for ourselves, we make everything, we do everything for ourselves. Government doesn't do anything for anybody, but they make these billions, trillions of budgets. Where do this money go to? Instead of us holding them accountable, we tell us, oh, like it's always been like this. Make with the manage them. What we go do now? Then them. They are killing you. The next thing, they are coming for you. That is what it is. Now, it has already started. I've never really thought about a Nigeria where somebody will be hacked to death and eaten, some are eaten or past being sold in my country, in our country. This is not the best of times for the country. And the reason is because of our pervasive silence before now that has been taken undue advantage of. Where do we go from here? It is time for us to make that really serious decision. Fellow Nigerians, our country is going through one of its worst moments in history. The state of Nigeria requires all of us, regardless of where we are on earth, to come out of our comfort zones, to battle for our soul. Our country is under siege on all fronts. Our country has been taken over by janjaweeds that pretend to be leaders. The question is, how much can we take? How much more can we take? Here is a country where a citizen went into the hallowed chamber of the Senate and carted away the mace, the symbol of authority of the National Assembly, and was not punished. What type of example is that? Here is a country where the government allegedly spent 600 billion feeding students at home, students who were on lockdown, and nobody raising a finger. How on earth do we have a country that cannot cater to its use? All right, Mr. Ogundairo Samuel, welcome back. We are at the concluding stage of this encounter. I want to sincerely and deeply appreciate you for making yourself available. And I hope you pass a message across to your peers about what we discussed. Anyway, a copy of this is available on YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter and Instagram and everywhere, for them to look. But I think that is need for you guys to build a this strong synergy about the way forward for Nigeria. So we all can come together to make a very strong and bold statement to the Nigerian political class that they cannot continue to hold us to ransom. The country is not theirs to destroy. We are a working majority of the people who have been so silent for a very long time. This time is no longer a moment for silence. It is criminal to be silent in the face of this wanton destruction of our immediate and our future. It is very, very important that we get up and stand up. Thank you very much. Do you have something to say to Nigerians, especially your generation of young people of Nigeria, about what needs to be done right now? Rally them, talk to them. And you have the next 4 or 5 minutes to do that, so we can round up and keep on rolling.
Sir?
Hello? Didn't you hear me? I said, I want you to give your generation, the young people of Nigeria, a parting word before you leave.
A parting word?
I said, I want you to conclude. I want you to give your concluding statement before you leave.
Okay.
It looks like you're hearing me.
Are you? Yes, I can hear you, sir.
All right, go ahead.
Let me first appreciate you once again for this laudable program putting together. But nevertheless, I'm not disappointed, but I'm not happy about the low turnout of our people. But it's not their fault. They are eager. Some people are sending me message that they were unable to join. Therefore, I want to sincerely apologize on their behalf. That is not deliberate or intentional, but it was as a sort of bad network. And therefore, we are going to press on. We are not going to relax. We are going to relax on our efforts on Nigeria get and assume the better positions that God have destined it to. Therefore, it is my humble and my prayer that we, my youth in Nigeria, will continue to do everything humanly possible that we have a better Nigeria that we'll be proud of in future, even on the generation that is yet unborn.
Thank you, Samuel. And we will be talking about this personally on those platforms and on Twitter and everywhere. And once again, thank you for joining us from. Where did you join from? Lagos?
Sir?
Where did you join from?
I'm joining from Nigeria, precisely in Ondo State.
Ondo State, all right.
Yes.
Oh, it's a pleasure. So you have have a good night, and you take care.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. And joining us from Sao Paulo, Brazil, is Nurse Aishat Ajibola. How are you, Aishat?
I'm good. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
And everyone. Thank you. Nice music.
Yes. The connection is like not very great. I'm not hearing you very well.
Network is very bad. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess it's network.
It's very cool. I can hear now.
Yeah, the network is so bad.
Oh my God. anyway, it's good. I'm guessing one year. So maybe I don't know.
Oh, the network is bad, really, really bad. Yes, we can't hear you. Oh, it would have been nice, hearing your perspective here. But the network is not helping at all. Yeah, we lost Aisha. Her network is not, making things easy for us. I wish we could do that. Oh, all right. Maybe perhaps next time let's work on the network issue. So we'll be able to, hear from you and your perspective on Nigeria from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Aisha is a registered nurse, was formerly with Olabisi Onabanjo University Teaching Hospital, from where she was unlawfully fired. And then the case was taken to the industrial court. The case is still there. We are hoping for a positive outcome on her behalf. And along the line, because of the situation, the case that we made for her, she won a surprising scholarship to do a master's program at the university in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Aisha is a very, very strong woman, is a human and environmental rights activist, and she has fought severally, for her colleagues in the nursing profession. It was during one of her standing up for one Tega that from where the hospital's management thought that she overreached her boundary, and then they illegally terminated her appointment. And we did not take it lying low, and I'm happy where the matter is. She's doing very well where she is on a full scholarship at the university in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Thank you, Aisha. I wish we could share, your experience in Brazil here. But I'm going to have a special date, with you on this program so we can talk. And I'm sure by then you would have had more than enough time, to relate your experience in Brazil and compare it with the state of nursing in Nigeria and everything in Nigeria. So my viewers from within Nigeria and around the world, those listening from the radio, that it's about 2 million people tuned in right now from around the world. And there are a lot of Americans, Filipinos, who tune in through the radio to listen to what the discussion, conversation that is going on about Nigeria. And the fellow Nigerians, look, let us get our acts together. And people have been shouting about get your PVC, get your PVC. Well, let me join in the call for the people to get their PVC. Do whatever you can get. It is one thing to get the PVC. It is another thing to translate it into something. Don't go there on that day when you are supposed to vote and you did not go, or you want to vote, you want someone to pay you before you cast that vote. Once you do it, you are invalidating that vote. It doesn't make sense. Take your vote as your AK-47 to shoot down the enemies holding Nigeria in captivity right now. See, at all levels, from the presidency to the councillorship. Take that vote. That your card is your AK-47. You use it to fire them. If 10 million people are firing at the same people, you know what it can translate into? The type of victory that will transform Nigeria into near, if not greater than America. It is possible. But the Holy Ghost did not come down to build America. It is men and women, patriotic citizens of America. They were the ones. The same thing happened in Britain. Britain, and when their industrial revolution became a global emergency, requiring African raw materials and cheap labor, they came to Africa. They came to Nigeria to colonize us, divide us, and then they have kept us divided since then for their own benefit. Unfortunately, we have not had that type of leadership who understands this game that these people play, and then bring the people together and say, we've had enough. The same thing the United States did to them in order to become the greatest power on the surface of this earth. You know, remember, America was a British colony. The British was manipulating them until that leadership came together. They said, you know what? F these people. We don't need them. We have all that we need. They went and looked inwardly and started building America from scratch. Within a few years, America became the superpower. Today, when America coughs, Britain shakes. Britain cannot take any decision without involving the United States. You know it's not going to work. See, the smaller child has become the father and the father of the whole earth. We can do that in Nigeria. We have all the resources that the United States don't have. But the only thing we lack is that patriotic leadership that love its country, that love its people, that will put the people first and self last. We don't have it. We have never had that since 62 years of independence. It is not late for us to start. Now is the moment we can ignite that burning fire of patriotism can ride into us and take us to that destination that we had always envisaged. What about that? So I'll see you same time, same station, next Saturday. Don't fail to tune in, 8 p.m. Nigerian time. Good night. Fellow Nigerians, our country is going through one of its worst moments in history. The state of Nigeria requires all of us, regardless of where we are on earth, to come out of our comfort zones, to battle for our soul. Our country is under siege on all fronts. Our country has been taken over by janjaweeds that pretend to be leaders. The question is, how much can we take? How much more can we take? Here is a country where a citizen went into the hallowed chamber of the Senate and carted away the mace, the symbol of authority of the National Assembly, and was not punished. What type of example is that? Here is a country where the government allegedly spent 600 billion feeding students at home, students who were on lockdown, and nobody is raising a finger. How on earth do we have a country that cannot cater to its use?